bringing it straight to you.
Hey, we're bringing it straight to you. Welcome to a Monday morning live stream. I'm your host, Mac. Yes, this is a weird day to do a live stream, but trust me, I'm off work today. We are on the road to Halloween. This is the week of Halloween. It's lit this year because Halloween's on a Friday, and that's the best type of Friday feeling to have. So, to celebrate the fact that we're going to be back to Halloween season on Friday, I have gathered the function, the grid, the council, whatever you're going to do. And today, we're going to go over our top 10 favorite horror movies of the 2010 decade. We're halfway through the 2020, so we figure we go back a decade, look at all the films that came out, and then narrow down the 10 we love the most. It was a hard list to come up with, but we're going to get this done today. It's an early stream because we got a lot to cover today. But I will bring in my guest. The first guest I'll bring in, this is his return. It has been a minute since we've had him on, and it's been just more timing, and this timing was perfect. Give it up for my homie, Dom, from TalkinTV podcast. Dom, what's good today, man?
What up? Good to be back. Oh, man, listen, when you said that we were doing horror, our ranked horror movies, my first thought was, oh, thank God, this episode is not going to be over 3 hours long. And my second thought was, oh, man, how many horror comedies am I going to have to cut from this list? Because I will admit, I am slightly preferential towards horror comedies. But thankfully, we were talking about the 2010s, which was the decade when I actually started to get into like real horror, not just scary movies. So I'm like, all right, so we're actually going to be able to have some fun conversations here.
No, dude, I'm excited because you even mentioned like the horror comedies like Happy Death Day and Cabin in the Woods and Attack the Block. I was like, as much as I want to add those to my list, I can't because I want to do straight pure horror. Although those are good honorable mentions too, because it was this close to putting Attack the Block and like The World's End on my list.
TBD on my list, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
But anyway, another thing we have our other special guests are pretty much my second co-host, my boy, my black brother from another mother, and that is the homie. Ron from the TheCinemaGallery. Ron, what's good going on today?
You never fail with your intros, man. I tell you.
What? It's like, listen, it's like the brother from another mother already implies it, but then you got to throw in the black too. It's like, dude, come on. It's just,
listen, you gotta know, like, this is a black connection. Ron and I are like Dom, you're the undercover brother. We the real brothers.
I'm the Neil Patrick Harris of the group.
Yeah.
I got it.
That's right.
I got it. I'm the diversity hire. I get it.
Yeah. Ron, how you doing, man?
DEI going strong over here.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm good, man. It's Monday. Yeah, I'm good. I just don't know how to follow that up, Mac. I don't know how to follow up that intro. I'm good.
I see you're rocking the Dolphin thing. I know you're excited because they
won
yesterday.
Mac, or Dom, I want to tell you how much of a pain in the ass Mac is. Okay, so
right, let's hear this. I love hearing stories about this.
All right, so Dom or Mac's a part of our fantasy league. We've been doing that. I don't know how long, Mac. We've been doing this now for 3 or 4 years.
About that, yeah.
And so we've got a group chat going, and yeah, I'm a Dolphins fan. My Dolphins have been just sucking really, really bad this year.
Well, that sounds like the Miami Dolphins.
Yep, yes it does, Dom. Yes it does. But yesterday they got their second win, and so I just shared in the group chat like, yeah, we're winning 31-3. This is all good. And then this clown over here, this man over here has to ruin all my fun. Took all the joy.
He's a Chiefs fan too, of all things.
Mac's a Colts fan. That's even worse.
Oh God, what is wrong with you?
We're 7-1. That's what's wrong with me, baby.
And Mac just goes, if they blow this lead, that would be like the ultimate funny as fuck moment. I just said, Mac, can you only have one good thing?
And then it happened.
No, they thank God won. they held on and won 34-10.
All right.
But still, if they had lost on, I wouldn't be here today. No.
Yeah. No. Look, Rod, all I'm going to say is this. It could always be worse. You could be a New York Jets fan. Just saying.
This is true.
It could always be worse. Just remember that.
Hey, they got their first win yesterday.
And it'll be their only win the whole season.
I know. Meanwhile, Mac over there with his 7-1 Colts.
Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones is in the building.
I'm not going to lie. There was a long period of time where I really seriously thought the Colts were a made-up team just for Parks and Rec. Like a long time.
Oh my god!
They don't sound real, right? Like
Peyton Manning,
they don't sound real.
Like that doesn't sound like a real team.
randomly generated team from a NBC TV show.
Yes.
NBC.
Oh my god.
But like I mentioned today, we're going to be going over our favorite horror movies from the 2010s. Instead of going year by year, being here till 5 o'clock, that's why we started early. We're going to just do a top 10 list. So the criteria for this list is that we're going to do straight horror, no horror comedies that we try to avoid, everything, no sci-fi and everything like that. So movies like The World's End, Happy Death Day, Attack the Block, Cabin in the Woods are not going to be on the list, although those are really good contenders. I really wish we could put them on the list. But we'll go around roundtable style, and I guess I'll start with number 10. So I went back to 2010, and as I'm doing my 31 Nights of Macaween stuff, I found a remake that actually was very good, in my opinion, that manages to capture the original film's energy. It was Brett Eisner's 2010's remake of The Crazies from George Romero.
Okay.
So I love George Romero. He's one of my all-time favorite, like in my top 10 of my directors list, Night of the Living Dead, Land of the Dead. His original Crazies I thought was very interesting. It's about societal collapse, totalitarian regime, how far, very timely considering what would happened 5 years ago with our COVID pandemic. But I like the remake of it. I like Timothy Olyphant. He had a good performance in it. It was very tense, like more thriller aspect to it. Then I imagine, and like it was very like faithful to Romero's remake. It was one of those remakes in the 2010s that felt like it respected the source material. Like that was rare in that time period. But I really like The Crazies.
I've only seen that movie once, but I remember it's a good film. It's a good film, Dom. Yeah.
The only thing I know about that is during the Spill.com review of it back in the day. One of the funniest tidbits that I've ever heard is it's like is that Martin is like, if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that when white people have Mountain Dew, they can do anything. And then Carlisle after the fact is like, you should see what we do for a Klondike bar. I thought that was really funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh man. See, this is tough because I put 3 horror comedies on my list, and one of them was Cabin in the Woods, and now I got to take it off. That's annoying. I mean, look, I'll say this much: like the other 2 are much more so straight comedies versus Cabin in the Woods. Which the thing about it is that there are enough elements of Cabin in the Woods that could be that can be misconstrued into like a regular horror movie, as opposed to these other 2, which are straight comedies. So I could offer a compromise. I can take Ready or Not and Babysitter off my list because those are much more so straight comedies. If you let me keep Cabin in the Woods,
I'll let you keep Cabin in the Woods. You can take off the other 2 because the babysitter. I'm not gonna lie,
yeah,
the babysitter sucks.
The babysitter. Listen, we're not here to debate quality. We're here to debate whether it qualifies as a horror movie. That movie's fucking incredible. But yeah, all right, so that works. So I'll take those off. Yeah, because those 2, I'm like, yeah, those are definitely much more so straight comedies. All right.
But who would like to go second?
You need some second. All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and go next. Okay, so I thought we were gonna do honorable mentions. I'll say that for last though. My number 10, because I've been going back and forth. I've been fighting this since up until this morning. What my number 10 was going to be, a film from 2019 or a film from 2013, and I went with a 2013 film. I'm not sure if it's going to be on any of your guys' lists, but it's the Evil Dead 2013. Ooh. One of the most batshit theater experiences I've ever had. And this was actually my first Evil Dead movie too. Like I had not seen an Evil Dead movie up until I saw this one. And what made it kind of extra special too was this came out the same year that I turned 17, so I was actually able to go watch this in the movie theater, which was a lot of fun. And funny enough, I don't think I ever told you this, Matt, but my first R-rated movie I was legally able to see in theaters was that awful Die Hard 5 movie.
Oh God!
Oh yeah. No, the one with which one? The one with Justin Long?
Guy Courtney. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, Guy Courtney is 5. Justin Long is 4.
Okay,
Yeah, hey, Justin Long actually was good. But anyway, Evil Dead 2013. This movie was insane, and I don't know if you guys can correct me on this. Was this Fede Alvarez's first feature film?
Yep.
Oh my God, that's insane.
Yep.
And I remember too the buzz, because I know they showed us at Comic-Con the previous year. There's like the buzz, 'cause I think they showed like a 3-minute sizzle reel of this, and the buzz was absolutely insane for this movie. This is a brutal film, and this is my introduction to Jane Levy, and she gives one of the best horror performances I've ever seen in a horror film. And there are plenty on this list I'm sure that I'm going to talk about as far as you guys, but just the insane amount of gratuitous violence and gore and some of the set pieces. And of course, you have to have your stupid freaking white characters in this movie who are doing stupid things like opening a haunted book. The shaggy looking character, I'm already forgetting his name, but
I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I'm just like, dude, why are you doing this? But you know what scene really freaked me out? It still freaks me out when I go back to rewatch it. It's that scene. It's when I guess she gets consumed. I was not expecting them to go like that far when she gets chased into the woods, Mac. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like when it like the trees wrapped around her, and like it was just that was I love the original Evil Dead, so I was very satisfied with the way they kept it faithful with this movie.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
so yeah, I didn't know anything about like the original. Like, okay, so like what they kept or what they kind of carried over. I didn't know if this was like a reboot type of thing. So this made me actually go back and watch Evil Dead and Army of Darkness, which I enjoy. But funny enough, I still think this is the best Evil Dead movie we have. But yeah, Evil Dead is number 10 for me.
You didn't like Evil Dead Rise?
No, I did enjoy Evil Dead Rise. I think the performance of Jane Levy in here kind of overtakes everything else for me for that. But Evil Dead Rise would be like a very close second for me, Mac.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure shaggy hair dude is Lou Taylor Pucci, who was in a bunch of things, but most notably, he was in that show Physical with Rose Byrne.
It's a good show. Yes, yeah, that was a good show, by the way.
Yep. Really, really good show. Really good performance. My number 10, I just want to run through some honorable mentions real quick. A bunch of different stuff. A bunch of different overall variety of genres. I have The Conjuring, Happy Death Day, Belko Experiment, The Witch, Attack the Block, Tucker and Dale versus Evil, Us, and Fright Night for my honorable mentions, the 2011 remake. There are a couple that I have. There's actually still a lot of glaring holes that I have not seen. I have not seen 2013 Evil Dead. I have not seen The Babadook, which I know is on a lot of people's list. There's also this underrated movie with Jason Bateman and Joel Edgerton called The Gift that came out in 2015 that I've heard.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I did not think that was horror. I put more of that like as a thriller type. So
okay. Yeah.
I didn't know what if we were how we're gonna classify a lot of films. So
it's hard, man. This was a hard
that's the thing. Like, there are a lot of movies on this list that like I could reclassify into other genres as well. And I actually just realized I made a screw up because it turns out one of the honorable mentions is on my list. But my number 10 is Dr. Sleep, the legacy sequel to The Shining. And also my introduction to Mike Flanagan. I had not seen anything from Mike Flanagan prior to watching this at theaters. I had no expectations going into this other than I'm like, okay, it's a legacy sequel to The Shining, but there's nothing else coming out this week. They majorly fucked up by releasing this in November instead of October, so it bombed at the box office. And I was very, very pleasantly surprised by watching it. I thought Ewan McGregor was fantastic as an adult Danny Torrance. I thought the story was really interesting, especially since they didn't just adapt the short of Dr. Sleep. They took the short of Dr. Sleep and then took the original ending from The Shining and put it on the end, and it actually worked really well. Rebecca Ferguson is awesome in this. This is, I think, like the first major thing that I saw outside of the Mission Impossible movies where she was an actual name in it. And also, I believe another future Michael Flanagan collaborator, Kylie Curran, plays a little girl in there that Danny ends up connecting with. Also, thankfully, at a time when they were bringing back all of these actors with the horrible deep fakes and CGI edits, they just got other actors to play the younger versions of the alternate versions of the characters from The Shining, including Henry Thomas himself, frequent Mike Flanagan collaborator, and the little kid from E.T. as the ghost of Jack Torrance. So yeah, that was really good. It was really fun. It was really thrilling. I'm not even going to go so far as to say scary, because it's my favorite kind of a horror movie, which is not dependent on the jump scare, but more so on like the psychological torture of the characters itself. And like, to me, the scariest is when they were viewing trauma that other characters view. So yeah, Dr. Sleep, definitely one of the more inspired horror movies, especially when like this is like at the peak of like the Blumhouse horror effect, because they had such massive success up until that point. So seeing this was like a really, really nice little change of pace. And after this, I then went and watched the majority of the Mike Flanagan shows on Netflix. And I'm like, wow, this guy knows what he's doing with horror. And then he did Life of Chuck. And I'm like, there are way too many monologues in this movie. Like, what a really switch here. But yeah, Dr. Sleep, my number 10.
Nice. You know, honestly, Dr. Sleep, I actually just rewatched that the other day. I feel like that was definitely one of the more under the radar Stephen King adaptation films. And it's just sad because that came out like If that imagine that came out during like on streaming during 2020, that would have done numbers.
Yeah.
I know it did good during
Yeah.
when it got the HBO Max. That was like one of the feature
Well,
things
they released because 2019 that
Oh man,
the fall of 2019 was heavy. It was
specifically
like
the fall of 2019.
Yeah.
It got so lost in the shuffle.
it did. Because I think the week after, I think that was Ford v Ferrari week.
Yeah, it
And
was.
then the week before, I could be wrong, a Terminator film had come out. So
I want to say Knives Out was around that time too. The first
I
Knives
think
Out.
Knives Out was the week after Ford v Ferrari.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was around that time. Yeah, that was just November too. Like we said, like the fall of 2019, we were eating.
But that same weekend though, Dom, I remember because it was I think Marriage Story had come out around that same time.
Yeah, and actually I went down to the city and saw Marriage Story in theaters before it even dropped on Netflix. So I think I'd already seen it by that point.
Nice. And wasn't it the same month as Irishman also?
Yes.
Yep.
God, jeez.
Yep.
Yeah, this movie had no
Irishman dropped on
chance.
Netflix.
goddamn.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. But
2019.
I'll go with my number 9. My number 9, this is a series that's near and dear to my heart, and actually they had a new entry this year that's in my top 10 for best films of the year. And this is gonna be Final Destination 5.
Okay.
I love this because listen, give you context. The 4th Final Destination movie fucking sucks. The
Terrible.
only good part
heard
of
that's
that
the worst
movie
one.
is the race car death and the guy getting his ass eaten out by the pool. Like those are the
Oh,
only.
that's the 4th one. I thought that was the 2nd one.
No, that's the 4th one. Because
Okay.
the 4th one was like it's 3D, so they're gonna do all these motions that's 3D.
Oh god.
You know what's funny though, Mac? The fourth one has like some really creative kills,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but everything around it is
Yeah,
terrible.
Because that was the one where they're like, oh, wait, the kills are the only reason why people show up? Why the fuck do we even need a plot then?
That's when they figured it out. Because like you don't really care. The only character you care about is I forgot the actor's name, but he's Bubba. It's Bubba from Forrest Gump.
Oh, Michael T. Williamson.
Yeah,
They did my man wrong in that movie.
They did. They really did. They give him an actual character arc. They gave you to care about him, and then like, nope, he just died in like a flashy. I don't care about the characters; they're assholes. But then the 5th one came out, and it was such a breath of fresh air. They're just like, we're gonna go back to basics. We're actually gonna tell a story. And what it did is that it did a good job of wrapping the entire series together because it's been 14 years now. You haven't seen it. It's a prequel to the first film. There's hints of it in the entire film. And once you get to the ending, once you get to know these characters and you see where they're on it, it makes it even more heartbreaking. But then it has some of the most creative kills, like of the entire franchise. Like, the kill. My favorite kill in the 5th one, the gymnastic one.
Oh, the gymnast was. I was going to
Yeah.
go with the eye exam one. That eye
No,
exam.
that's the reason why I don't get an eye exam.
Gnarly.
Fuck the lasers. Fuck lasers.
The eye exam is gnarly. The ending is just hysterical. Like what? Probably the funniest ending of any of these movies. But yeah, I'm with you. Final Destination 5 is probably the best one.
And honestly, I would have been fine if this was the last Final Destination movie, but then Bloodlines came out, it was even fucking awesome. So I was like, good, we're back. And it makes it harder with like, I like how they expanded Tony Todd's character in the 5th one because they kind of explain, once you see the context of what this film is, it makes a lot more sense going into the series. Like, I feel like you can watch 5 first and then go to 1. And it makes it like it won't even like, it'll make it even more better to go through.
Tony Todd's monologue in Bloodlines is still
Dude,
a
maybe-
monologue.
Especially
to me.
once you know that, like, oh, he just whiffed that off the dome because he knew he was dying.
Dude, that
Like,
was maybe cool.
that's a fucking G move right there.
Yes, absolutely.
Shout out to Chick Chic. She said Cabin in the Woods was one of my faves from the 2010s. It was released after Thor, but there's a reason Chris Hemsworth recommended for part of Thor by the Cabin in the Woods. Was
Yes,
it? Wait,
it was.
was the Cabin in the Woods film before Thor?
Yes, it was filmed. It was filmed and set to come out years before.
Okay.
Yeah, there were. It was that Take Me Home Tonight and like a couple other movies that were released and supposed to come out like years before. Then they didn't get released until 2011, 2012.
Nice.
I
And
do
yeah,
wanna
once you go back to basics in the sequel, it's fine. You don't have to look at Terrifier. Terrifier's about to get 3 more sequels. And it's just basic every time.
Because
And I love it.
that and those movies cost $10 each to make.
But yeah, that's my number 9. You want to keep the same order, Rod? You want to go next?
Yeah, I just one other thing on Final Destination because it's funny because that 5th one, up until Bloodlines, I thought was probably the best made movie of the franchise. 3 was always my favorite. But then Bloodlines came out, and that movie surprised me in so many ways.
Yeah. 3, I tried watching that one, and I'm like, this is what people consider to be the best Final Destination, and I love it.
I can say I don't get that.
It's terrible.
That's fun. I don't want to make this a Final Destination conversation, but yeah, 3 for me, just because honestly that one too, because I love theme parks, so that sequence in the theme park really I just found a lot of joy, entertainment in that. But I get it. I'm gonna rattle off my honorable mentions here real quick, since Dom went through his. Lighthouse almost made a list, guys. 2018's Halloween, Ready or Not, Hereditary, Don't Breathe.
Yes.
The Conjuring 1 and 2 kind of combined the two. I probably put 2 ahead of 1. And Final Destination 5. And those are my honorable mentions right there. I feel like I'm missing one, but it's probably going to come up when you guys are talking. But yeah, anyway, number 9, Jordan Peele's Get Out.
Wow, low on the list. Okay.
Yes, it's low. It's low. I still can't believe he actually made this movie. Like, this does not feel like Jordan Peele at all when I first saw this. I was like, there's no way Jordan Peele made this. This is a joke. This is a joke. And then it goes on to get nominated for Best Screenplay. Did it win Screenplay? Did it win that award?
It did. It won Original Screenplay.
Golly. And this film just took the entire genre by storm. I said this on the I think, Mac, you were on that podcast when I said this, man. I made this statement. But Dom, I said, I feel like the horror genre kind of took off after this movie came out.
Jason Blum even credits Jordan Peele with reinvigorating the one. And we're literally at a point now where the only non-IP original movies that make money in theaters now are horror.
Yes. And this was one of my favorite films of 2017 was all. We were talking about how 2019 was great. 2017 was also a great freaking year. Daniel Kaluuya was outstanding. And I remember I was thinking too, Mac, I was like, where have I seen Daniel Kaluuya from? And he's in one of my all-time favorite movies.
Sicario.
Yep. And this is probably still his best performance he's ever. I know he's another Jordan Peele film, but I still think this is probably his best performance. This film cracked me the hell up, though. Oh my God. I'm curious too, Mac, if you have the same experience because of the subject matter and the plot of this movie.
It is. Once the trailer, so when the trailer came out, we're like, Jordan Peele, okay. And then you're like, my favorite line from the trailer was always like, too many white people, I get nervous. So she's like, no.
But you know what caught me off? I wonder if you guys were caught surprised by the Allison Williams twist. I did not see that coming.
I did, and I'll tell you why. Because in the trailer, when I heard the keys jingling in the bag, so I'm like, it was one of those things where I was hoping she wasn't because I liked her so much up until that point. But then I'm like, nah. But once that happened, I hear the keys jingling in the bag. I'm like, nah. I'm like, she's in on it.
And the whole thing around the sunken place, we were talking a little bit off screen about who we prefer to date and stuff like that. My parents have kind of used it a couple times now.
Ahead of the curve.
Yep.
Ahead of the fucking curve.
That was giving me my last thing. I was like, this film was ahead of its time a little bit. Just a little bit.
You're right, too. It did reinvigorate the horror genre because I'm going to say it here. If it wasn't for Jordan, like this coming out, we probably wouldn't have gotten like a lot of these art house type of horror films. Like, there'd be no Weapons. There'd be no Hereditary. There'd be no Midsommar. There'd be no Ready or Not. Any of these horror movies that we've liked in the last decade, I think that Get Out has a lot to do with it.
Yeah. And Dom, this is one of those movies too where I'm going to mention a couple times on a couple of films here where it doesn't rely on jump scares to really still give you that fear factor, right? Yes. I think there are a couple jump scares that still got to me, but it really is that psychological element of it too, and just the uncomfortableness once you approach their house. It's like, I don't really like where this is going.
How long has this been going on? This
thing.
Like, that hit a little too close to home.
I would have voted for Obama third term.
Well, you know what? One of my favorite moments is when Allison Williams is sitting there on her laptop,
drinking the milk, keeping it separate from the cereal,
fucking
checking out scoping out what her next plan. Listen, I'm just saying, man. Beware. Perfect. Is this the movie that invented the term snow bunny, or was that already a thing before this movie came out?
I don't know.
It was already a thing, but I feel like after
It
this,
wasn't as prevalent as it is now.
Yeah,
though,
no, I got bigger.
Yo, when Caleb Landry Jones, like, I will say this is one of the absolute sickest rewatches I've ever seen, because knowing everything that you know on the rewatch and realizing that, like, oh, like with the shit with the dad and how he's a brain surgeon, and then the Stephen Root character talking about the eyes, the detail, and then Caleb Landry Jones talking about like his muscle structure and density and everything, and I'm like, oh, it gets even more unsettling. But I digress, because I don't want to spoil that before I get to it on my list. My number 9 is the first of a couple Robert Eggers entries on here. Robert Eggers, if you ask me, the other master of horror that came up through the A24 realm and was the one who really brought back period horror. The first one I have on here is his debut, The Witch, which is a movie that I watched right before I saw The Lighthouse, just so I could like finally watch it, because that was one of those movies that was one of a couple movies that came out in 2016 that people were going nuts over, which was like, I feel like the beginning of like A24 starting to become mainstream, at least amongst us, because they had some movies in 2013, 14, and 15, but not as many that people really watched. 2016 is really, I would say, when they first got their start. And I saw this movie. I'd already seen a couple movies with Anya Taylor-Joy in it, and I'm like, ooh, baby, like, as if she wasn't already attractive enough. Get her in that period garb. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, you mean to tell me that you have that you have a family being haunted by a witch as a metaphor for a woman going through puberty? Yes, sign me up. And then it turns out that the thing was real at the end with the goat. Like, it's a little bit of a Hereditary situation where the interest is more so in the intrigue itself than the reveal. Like, the reveal is ultimately never going to measure up to how well that tension is built up throughout. But it's, as far as being an introduction to Eggers as a talent, the period accurate detail was just so fucking on point. The closed claustrophobic setting, even though it's set on a farm, and yeah, it's an awesome movie with one of the more awesome endings. Yeah, The Witch on my list. And you guys can go, and I'm gonna be right back. I just gotta pee.
No worries. I think that The Witch, we talked about it before on our 2016 list, Rod. I think it got overhated on too much. I actually like The Witch. It's really good.
Yeah, you and I differ on The Witch.
Yeah.
I don't like it as much. I did rewatch it because I think we were doing something else for our podcast, and I did give it a rewatch, and I was like, okay, I like this more second time around. But you know, I'm much more of a fan of his follow-up film, The Lighthouse, which I think is damn near perfect. But Eggers is a very interesting director, Mac, who I remember reading something, I think, as soon as like Nosferatu came out, he's like, I'm never gonna do like a modern horror film. He's always
yeah.
Which I love, actually. You know, and I'm not a big fan of period pieces, but I mean, between like what he's done with, you know, The Witch, The Lighthouse, maybe my favorite film, Mac, of his, The Northman, which I know it's not really a horror film,
Mm-hmm.
and then Nosferatu, which is visually just so pleasing. He might be our best horror director we have. I'm not ready to say that just yet, but he might be the best.
Let's see what he does with his next film. Do we know what his next film is?
Who?
Isn't it like a werewolf movie or something?
I think it's supposed to be werewolf, actually.
Oh yeah. Eggers is doing werewolf next. He's doing werewolf and Christmas Carol next.
Oh yeah, yeah. What's funny because news came out that Ty West is doing Christmas Carol with Johnny Depp.
Ty West is doing his own Christmas Carol movie. And Eggers is doing it with Defoe, and I forgot who Ty West cast. I think it might have been Nicolas Cage, actually. But
wait, you're telling me Robert Eggers is gonna do a Willem Dafoe Christmas? Oh, that movie's gonna be fucked up. That movie,
that gonna be awesome. Is what it's gonna be.
That's gonna be awesome. Could that get him Dafoe an Oscar nom?
Probably.
Well, the nom or the win? Because he's been nominated before. He's never won.
I'm thinking the win.
Okay.
But Ketchup Sheik says Hush was one on Netflix, and that was surprisingly very suspenseful.
Early Mike Flanagan.
Yep. Yeah. And then Sheik also says that white people exotify black people is wild. Get Out is not wild. Get Out is more overt, but like Green Mile mystifies John too. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And then with The Witch, she said, yes, remember the Salem witch trials? They didn't burn witches, they burned women.
Yeah.
They burned a woman.
Yeah, exactly.
And being from Massachusetts,
almost like the whole Salem witch trials was just once again another extension to keep women down.
Yeah, being from Massachusetts, you read all about that growing up, so that's a mass lore for Mac right there. But number 8, for my number 8, y'all, this is a movie that gets overly hated on again, and I don't get why. being a fan of this franchise since the 90s, it introduced me to a few rules. You never say you'll be back in a movie. You don't answer the phone. You get caller ID, and there always will be more than one, and that's Scream 4.
I don't know if Scream 4 is overhated, Mac, as far as
it gets overhated on.
It's a little. I'm back and forth on Scream 4 because I like Scream 1, I like Scream 2, I like Scream 5. Scream 6 got a little silly for me. Scream 3 is objectively terrible. Like,
oh yeah, that's
that movie's bad. Yeah,
4 is one I don't know where I feel on that because I think it has one of the most ingenious openings of the franchise. The rest, especially with the reveal of Emma Roberts and like what a shallow, like shitty reason she has, like of all like the shallow, shitty reasons, it's like, oh, she just hates her aunt. It's like, okay. And by that point, like the repetitiveness of the like, okay, the killer's going to come back before they killed him at the end. And yeah, Scream 4, I don't know how I feel about that one, but I think that might be like my second least favorite after 3.
I like 4 because once again that opening scene is fucking hilarious. This is like all these random people that's funny, but then I just like how it brought back Cindy, it brought back Dewey and everyone like that, and I like Emma Roberts as the villain here. They have a Culkin as well too, Like it felt very and dude, it introduced us to the series of Katie Panettieri's character. Like I love her character so much, and I didn't like Scream 6, but I liked how they brought her back because it never confirmed if she was dead or not. And I just think that the kills here it brings Scream into the modern day. Like it did what Scream 3 failed to do. Like the scene where Anthony Anderson gets stabbed in the head and he's like swinging around, like that's badass. That was like holy shit. But I like Scream 4. Like I think it gets overly like handed on. What I like about Scream 4 too is that I like how I will say like near the end of the movies, like the way the killer's explanation on doing stuff, I thought that was kind of weird. I don't like it, but I'm gonna say this too. Scream 4. If I can, I don't know what screen share. Okay, Scream 4 gave us the best scene in the entire franchise, and I will not hear any way. Oh. The fucking head first into the fucking car because he was trying to fuck her so much she used to blame her aunt. And I thought that is the funniest shit ever.
That's pretty funny.
Scream 4 has some moments of legit comedy.
Yes, it does. I'll give you that. And also I can't forgive them for killing my queen, Allison Brie, in the parking garage the way they did.
I know.
Oh,
that was tough. That was tough to watch. Cause yeah, I'm trying to think who else was in this movie. There were a couple people who I recognized in this movie.
Adam Scott was in it.
That's right. Adam Scott was in it. Yeah. Adam Scott, Rory Culkin. Oh my God, no! One of my favorite scene in the opening is Kristen Bell stabbing Anna Paquin. That was incredible. That was like right at the peak of like I think Veronica Mars was just wrapping up, and that was like at the peak of True Blood. So like just for me, like for a 2011 time capsule, I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
And Lucy Hale was in it because she was one of the girls in the first opening scene.
Yes, she was, and so was Britt Robertson, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Adam Brody, that's who I'm
Adam Brody. I'm sorry,
as Ross Haas. That's an incredible name. Incredible name.
And this is the last movie this is the last Scream movie Wes Craven did.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. And it leads up into Scream 5, and I like Scream 5.
Yes, Scream 5 is good. Scream 5 is legitimately good.
But Scream 4 overrated. I love Scream 4.
My turn, Mick?
Yep.
All right. My number 8 is a sequel to a film that is beloved. It's also on my list. And I guess the right word to describe this movie is divisive, maybe. Although I feel like more people lean towards not liking it than don't like it. But I remember seeing this and just being like, I absolutely love it. And I still remember getting some DMs when I was posting on a regular basis, Mac, on this film, and that's It Chapter 2.
Okay.
I love this movie. I'm unapologetic about It Chapter 2. I do. Now I will say this: this movie does not need to be 3 hours long. I don't know why. I don't know why it's 3 hours long, but I think here's what I think they get right. The casting is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of them. I think the entire cast nailed their childhood counterparts, especially because I think when it was revealed that they were going to do chapter 2, I think the two main like fan castings were McAvoy and Chastain, and they went out and got McAvoy and Chastain.
I think Hader was being thrown around a lot too.
He was. I didn't think he'd actually do it though, and then he came and did it, and he actually was my favorite performance of the entire film. And that, which leads me to my other thing of what they did with Richie in this movie, really surprised me from an emotional standpoint. Because I hadn't read the books, so I didn't know what was going to happen in this second half. I do think there's a bit of retread also. Like, do we have to go through each kid and their fears once again? Because there were some pieces I was like, I don't know if we need to do this again. I don't know if we need to do that. But Bill Skarsgård as this fucking clown. I think I don't know if I like him more in chapter 1 or chapter 2, but he is so freaking good. And I think there's a believability factor of, are these adults really scared of a clown again? Like, are we still, is it really that believable? And I think the cast kind of nails that in that aspect. And going back to that emotional standpoint too, Mac, the ending of this film was surprisingly heartfelt. With between Stan's letter and then all of them kind of letting go of that trauma that they had when they were children. I think this film actually tackles trauma in it pretty well.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why this had to be 3 hours long though. And that's the biggest attractor for me. Why I don't go back and rewatch it more, because there's so much extra stuff in here that I don't think needs to be in there. And I think there's a bit of too much of that love triangle also between Bill, Beverly, and who's the other kid?
The McAvoy kid, or the fat kid? Ben.
Ben. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't really care for the whole love triangle thing either. They could have like cut that part out. But my favorite scene in this entire movie actually has nothing to do with the clown. It's when they all get together and they're at the restaurant just hanging out, having Chinese food, whatever, just shooting the shit. Like, I wanted more of that camaraderie, and I know they kind of split everybody up for a majority of that second act. But yeah, I loved it chapter 2 from an emotional standpoint. Some of the scares were still great. It's not quite as good as the fourth one, which is probably a spoiler for where it's going to land on my list. But I think, like how you feel about Scream 4, Mac, and that being overrated, I think this one's overrated also.
Yeah, I like this better than the first one. I still
Really?
think that both of these movies have a lot of issues and a lot of problems. But mostly it just comes down to the original thing that it's based on. I think both these movies are way too long, but I like this one more because I just like the adult actors more than the kid actors. That's really all it comes down to. And as far as why it's 3 hours long, because of all the visuals that they had to put in it. I think there's a thing of where it's like when you have that big of a visual effects budget, you have to have like a certain because I think that's where it started. Also, it was the fact that what movie came out like 3 or 4 months before that movie that was the highest grossing movie in the world and the biggest movie in the world.
Endgame.
There you go. Yeah. So my number 8 is a movie that I'll admit, going in, I was a little bit skeptical because Luca Guadagnino had done Call Me By Your Name the year before, which everybody loved, and I thought was okay. And this was what introduced me to be like, okay, I'm going to love every other one of Luca's movies. The batshit crazy movies of his are the ones that I'm going to love because I love this movie, I love Bones and All, and I love Queer. I think Challengers and Call Me By Your Name are mid, and I did not see After the Hunt because I heard it was aggressively mid, and that is Suspiria, his remake of Dario Argento's 1977 movie. And
here we go. All right.
Let me tell you something. For somebody who had no knowledge of what the original Suspiria was about, for somebody who had no idea of what this was going to be going in, and this is a double feature too. I saw this at like 11 o'clock on a Saturday night after I'd already seen Beautiful Boy, which already was depressing enough to begin with. That's a horror movie in its own right.
Yeah.
Man, I had a fucking blast watching this movie. I'm like, wait, a bunch of witches dancing in some convent in Eastern Germany set against the backdrop of the Berlin Wall about to fall. And just the visuals and the gore in this movie, I still have never seen a movie with visuals and gore quite like this. When they do that dance shit and they twist Mia Goth into a pretzel, I was like, oh man, we're in for some shit right here. And also one of the all-time craziest, bloodiest third acts that I've ever seen. This movie was fucking awesome. So it had to be on the list. I don't even necessarily know if it's that scary, but it's more so just like visual imagery. Like there's nobody else that constructed like Luca and his cinematographer Soyombu Mukdeepram, because man, every single movie that guy has shot, like masterclass. Like Queer as well was just like another movie that I'm like, I've never seen a movie that looks like this visually. That ayahuasca sequence at the end, oh man.
I am so hit or miss with Luca. I was really bummed about After the Hunt because I was really looking forward to that movie.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm waiting for it to come on digital. I can't even waste an A-list going to watch it.
Not worth it. Not worth it.
You know, as I'm eating a bagel sandwich. I remember when that came out and people were really mad. Like the diehard original fans of that, they were really mad because that was, if I'm not mistaken, that was a year after we got another remake of a 70s movie with Black Christmas.
Oh
That
god.
Piece of shit movie.
Oh.
But I liked the 2018 Suspiria. I thought it was very like, it fit the original one perfectly, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Hey Mac, who's in that movie, Mac? Who's in that 2018 film, Mac? Who's in it? Don't you.
Oh, what is this? Another snow bunny that he's in love with?
Oh, it's a snow bunny. She has snow bunny.
Johnson?
Oh yeah, Dakota Johnson's in it.
Dakota
Mac.
Johnson, yeah. Who's like the worst part about it, but Dakota Johnson's a robot. Like her best performance is in The Social Network.
You know what, the blasphemy coming from right now.
I'm just saying.
Also, shout out to Sheik. She had a tidbit about it. Bill Skarsgård did a funny interview about his first day on set. He was screaming at a child actor in the scene, and then when they were yelled "cut," Bill was worried about the kid. The kid was fine and stoked. My all-time favorite moment was the deleted scene when the kid took the paper boat. He's like, "See you later." He's like, "Ah, shit." Moving on, number 7.
Yep, number 7.
Yep.
All right, my number 7. Now this is an unconventional pick. So y'all may not know, I have a love-hate relationship with found footage movies. There's a way to do it with the original Blair Witch and the first Paranormal Activity, and there's a way not to do it, which I fucking hate. And that's the rest of the Paranormal Activity after 4, and the 2016 Blair Witch, because I think 2016 Blair Witch kind of sucks. And Chernobyl Diary. Shout out to that piece of shit. That had Jesse McCartney in
Listen, man, that movie is a special kind of terrible. That movie there's straight bad, and then there's Chernobyl Diaries bad. That movie is awful, but I've never seen a movie that's quite as bad as that.
But this movie came out a year before, and it explained why we never went back to the moon. And that's 2011's Apollo 18.
Oh, this movie?
Yeah, I like this movie.
Okay.
Listen,
Did not see this one coming.
I watched it and I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty cool, because I remember when this came out, everyone's like, oh, is this real? Is this a real story why we never went back to the... I'm like, come on, guys, it's a fucking movie. It's Apollo 18. But like, I will say what I like about Apollo 18 is that they really use good practical effects, because it did make it feel like it was the moon race era of America. And I like the suspense, claustrophobic horror of it. And it's pretty terrifying, the fact that like you're in space, you really can't run. Like that's fucking terrifying. And like,
said if they can't hear you scream in space, you can't run.
Yeah. And like I will say, having the monsters be like the rocks that they're collecting, that was actually very genius, because you're like, where are these monsters hiding? You're like, oh shit. And then like the fact that like they can infect you and make you go crazy was really, really cool. I will say the ending is a little bit dumb, because it's like one of those, oh, we never recovered. We recovered this footage, but they never recovered the bodies. Even though, how the fuck you get this footage so everyone knows what's going on, but it's either here or there. But I like Apollo 18. I think it's a very unique horror movie, and I like space horror, because what was it, years ago that movie Sputnik came out on Hulu?
Yeah,
it was a Russian. I like that one.
I love Sputnik. That was because that was a COVID watch.
Yeah,
and, that was great.
It was good. I like Apollo 18. And even Sheik says found footage can be hit or miss for sure. Too gimmicky, sometimes eerie and interesting other times. Yeah, like, 2016 Blair Witch, the sound's better than the video, or Paranormal Activity, the first one. I think that once we had the first Paranormal Activity, that was all downhill from there. I mean, except for Cloverfield.
Mac,
yeah.
I just figured out what we can do for our next live stream.
What?
We gotta do found footage movies, man. We gotta do that.
Yeah, we're not talking about Megan is Missing. Fuck that movie. That movie makes me so sad. had to watch.
I just want to talk about
in
Project
film
X for half
first.
an hour. Why it's the greatest thing on Earth.
Oh yeah, hey, that's a horror. That could be a horror movie. That's a parent.
Yeah, it's a parent's horror movie
I
right
mean,
there.
listen, as far as found footage, like not necessarily a horror movie, nothing is ever going to top Project X as being the greatest found footage movie ever made.
Dude, that scene when he pulled, it was like, we didn't think you were capable of this, Thomas. Like, it was pretty cool. Well, you're still fucked, Thomas. And Dom, you missed it when we talked about what did we talk about? Like, we did a stream and we mentioned Project X, and then I told you my favorite part, Rod, was the part when they stole the gnome and they went around the corner and he goes, "Yo, kung fu no good here." And he's like, "Holy fuck!" He's like the fucking Terminator, Jesus.
My favorite part is when he starts flamethrowing everything. He just stands on top of the car. Costa, give me back my fucking gnome.
Or when the dude with the creepy dude with the camera is hiding in the closet videotaping Thomas Mann fucking the girl. I was like, oh my god.
No, but my last favorite part is when they're fucking running. You're like, "Hey, you owe me a fucking tree." He's like, "You're trying to help her get some, you cocksucking motherfucker. You're going to jail, pal." He's like, "That's my boys there." He's like, the kid fucking tastes the guy. He's like, "Do it, genius. I got it on tape." All I got on tape is you punching that little boy in the face. But yeah, Apollo 18. We might have to do a found footage episode nowadays. But Rod, what's your number stuff? Do y'all have anything to add on Apollo 18?
No, nothing else to add about. No, I'm good.
Okay. Rod, what's your
number 7 is Jordan Peele's follow-up, Us.
All right.
I have one thing to say about Us. One thing. Lupita Nyong'o was fucking robbed of a Best Actress nomination, and she should have fucking won.
Yes, she was. Agreed on both of those.
That's it. That's all I have to say. This movie's awesome. This movie's amazing though, and it's definitely more of a mainstream film than Get Out is. But watching Us really pissed me off. No, because just in the sense that horror does not get the love from the Academy, and I'm just watching Lupita Nyong'o just absolutely kill it. And Mac, all I'm thinking is, she ain't gonna win shit. If Toni Collette can't win for Hereditary, there's no way Lupita's gonna win.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like,
there's gotta be a performance that should have been a performance to be like, okay, horror can be a genre we can nominate Best Actors, and it's like, if that, like, dude, this was the same year where I have no idea why people were like, Octavia Spencer needs to be nominated for Best Actress for Ma. I'm like, guys, let's not go that far. Lupita's better.
Yeah, maybe for like an MTV Movie Award. Yeah, I'll give it to Octavia Spencer. Giving her an Oscar nomination.
She is genuinely great. That movie just sucks.
Yeah, the movie's terrible. But yeah, Us is fantastic, and I didn't see another twist, Dom. Maybe I should have seen coming.
Oh,
but I didn't.
The switching.
Yeah, with the switching.
Yeah,
that caught me off guard. I was
so
like,
you weren't mad at the movie.
Going,
you were mad you were mad that you couldn't predict the twist. That's what it was. Dom
calling me out. Dom calling me out.
I'm starting to see it. I'm telling you, you can't speak shit past me.
Listen, I kind of figured like something. I didn't expect it, but like when I rewatched it, I was like, it made me think of like, how do you know all this stuff, like what they're doing and everything like that, like what their like fans are.
I should have known, but I was.
Because you're like, we gotta go to Mexico and everything. I'm like, how do you know she's in America? What the fuck?
I mean,
but I will say like
the hand holding ring over the world. So
that was pretty creepy. Like the tethered are actually very like this is a straight up Jordan Peele horror movie, and like seeing them when they're the final shot of them, that's kind of fucking.
Oh, that last shot was, and I thought too from that ending, I was like, maybe we'll get a follow up to this. I'm glad we don't have. Well, we won't get a follow up.
Probably for the better. Yeah. Also, Winston Duke giving the most unconvincing like screaming when the tethered of him is like beating him up. I'm like, come on, dude. I'm like, bro, you're just in Black Panther. Like, what the fuck? I know you can act.
Well, I think he was supposed to be like the goofy character, so I guess that's how we scream.
It was me, or like have like child actors have gotten better in horror movies? Because like I thought the kids here too.
Yeah, the kids are really good.
Really good.
Oh, they're
The kids
good.
are really, really good. Also, Mac, we got to do like a recreation of that with like you doing the impression of it.
Wait, you know what I was thinking?
And then it's like the
remember
season where it pans over and it's just you like getting your dick sucked or something like that.
Wait, remember the remember back in 2017 when the trailer for The Mummy came out without the audio?
Yes, yeah.
It was
With
just
Tom
there's
Cruise,
I thought about doing something like that with just the movie trailer, like something with like I just do want the sound effects like But Us, I like Us.
Yeah.
Us is
good.
Us is good. Shout out to I Got Five
for
on
real.
it because they
Bringing that movie
creepy.
back.
I gotta give a shout out to NWA for making an appearance in this movie also. One of my favorite sequences in the movie. That was great.
Oh man, that's funny. That's good. Yeah, literally the opening scene of that happened. I'm like, wait, did I just see this movie like 4 years ago? What's going on here? All right. My number 7 is actually it's is this the only vampire movie I have on here? Yes, this is the only vampire movie that I have on here. It is not Fright Night. It is a movie that I watched in film school, filmed in California, but directed by Iranian director Anna Lily Amirpour, who I believe also directed The Bad Batch who also directed The Bad Batch with Jim Carrey, Jason Momoa, and Keanu Reeves. This movie is called A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. The general premise of this movie, it premiered at Sundance in 2014. The general premise of this movie is that a hardworking Iranian man is taking care of his heroin addict father. They're being harassed by a pimp who seizes the young man's car for money, and basically the dude ends up stealing a pair of diamond earrings from a woman he works for, and then ends up coming across a strange young woman at night who persuades him to follow her back to his apartment, where it turns out that she is a vampire, and shenanigans ensue. It's a really interesting and different kind of a twist on a vampire story, and there's a bunch of different characters that come in and all of her interactions, and it's kind of another one of those movies where the monster of the movie is a metaphor for addiction as well. There was something that I saw recently, so this actually applies to another vampire movie that I saw that came out in 1990 called The Addiction, directed by Abel Ferrara, starring I think her name is Lily Fisher, I think, from 6 Feet Under, along with Edie Falco and Christopher Walken, where that movie is also, again, like very much so the vampirism that happens there is a metaphor for Abel Ferrara dealing with heroin addiction at the time. And this is kind of similar, but it's really, really cool. It's shot all in black and white. It's very, very different for a vampire. Like, you don't even realize this is a horror movie until it becomes one, and then you're like, oh shit. And that's when you're like transfixed. But it's another one of those instances where the monster ends up becoming the most sympathetic character in the movie, because the dude who plays what's the cab driver's name from How I Met Your Mother? Rajit, yeah, okay. So the actor's name is Marshall Manesh. He plays a cab driver that's like down on his luck and just like does heroin. And there's this one scene where they like he's trying to like force the vampire to do heroin with him, and then she ends up like having to kill him out of like almost both mercy for him and also to like save herself. It's a wild movie. I very, very much recommend it. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night is what it's called.
I just looked it up. I'm interested.
Very good. Very, very good.
I'm interested.
I thought you were going to say vampires suck for the vampire movie. Like, if you like that movie, that's cool, dog.
Enough said. Moving on.
Mac spent like 20 minutes on a live stream talking about vampire suck. I was like, I did not know Mac could spend 20 minutes talking about a spook movie.
I could. The amount of times we've heard Mac talk for like an hour about just dumb shit. Like,
fuck you. Fuck you.
This is the same dude that spent like multiple hours like trying to justify the Saw as a franchise. So
shut up. Saw's a good movie. I don't give a shit.
Good movie, not a good franchise.
Quality may vary.
Yeah, there you go. My point. What's your number 5?
I like her comment though. I like her comment she just made there.
Agreed. Yeah. It's better regulations and better everything like that. So we're on number 6, right? Number 6. All right.
Yeah.
My number 6 is also a Mike Flanagan movie, and this is one that has fallen under the radar in recent years. This is actually a WWE Studios produced movie, which I was shocked to figure this out. Like, okay, that's fucking random.
Is this a Walmart bid movie?
It has nothing to do with wrestling. There's no wrestlers in it. It's Oculus with Karen Gillian.
Oh,
Yes,
really? That
Oculus
was
is
for
great.
It's the
WWE?
WWE Studios movie.
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't know.
So
if
it's like the logo comes up and you're like, yeah, I'm ready for it. It's a red, and then you watch Oculus, you're like, what?
It's
This is
weird
not-
because it's like I think sometimes they do movies where it has nothing to do with wrestling. Because maybe they thought this wasn't going to be good, but it turns out to be one of the best horror movies of 2010s. Really love the story about it because it is about trauma as well too.
Mhm.
Like it actually dives into the trauma and like sibling relationships and dynamics. I think Carrie Gillian gives like one of the best performances of her career. This actually is like probably to this day my favorite role she's done. Because this was like the same year Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
Yep.
Just give her extended
2014.
role. Yep. And you have all the Mike Flanaganisms in this movie, and it's just awesome, man. This is pretty much what launched his career. It's one of those unique. I thought it was gonna be bad because I was like, Oculus, what's that? But it's actually a very smart horror movie. I like it.
Karen Gillan gives a great performance. That's one of the more underappreciated performances in a horror movie. Is what she did in Oculus. That movie's messed up, man. And that ended.
Oh, it is.
Oh my goodness, that's a great movie though.
But
Did they ever do a follow up to the Oculus?
I think they did actually. Hold up, Oculus.
I could have sworn there was a sequel to Oculus. I just never saw it.
There might have been. It came out in 20. There was a remake in Bollywood remake,
Oh boy.
but not. I don't see a sequel.
Okay, I could have sworn.
Maybe
there
you're
was
thinking of
follow-
Ouija. Are you thinking of Ouija?
Maybe I'm thinking of Ouija. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. I could have swore I heard something about a sequel or something along the lines to Oculus. Or maybe Karen Gillan was just talking about doing something around it, but I don't know how.
I mean, there could be one more story to tell, but I'm happy with this being a one-off movie.
Most horror movies should have a one-off. There shouldn't be a lot of sequels to horror
I
movies.
agree. There shouldn't
Well,
be
that's
most
fine.
sequels in general. So
That's
That's my
awesome.
number 6.
My number 6, to this day, the greatest zombie movie ever made, Train to fucking Busan.
ah man,
Ooh.
one that I am woefully missing, but I've heard incredible things about.
I am surprised you have not seen Train to Busan.
I know I've heard nothing but great things about
A
it.
man of your stature needs to stop what you're doing and just go and sit down and
I
watch
know,
Train to Busan.
I know. If only I didn't have work in an hour and a half.
God damn it, Dom. Yeah, this movie's great though. This movie's great. And I was late to the party with Train to Busan also, man. I don't think I watched this till almost COVID, like a year before COVID, maybe. It was around that 2019, 2020. And we don't need to talk about the sequel, Mac.
Oh, well, it's just a straight-up action movie.
Yeah, it's just everything great about the Train to Busan I heard is just gone in that sequel. But that first Train to Busan movie is fantastic, and it's weird to put realistic and zombies in the same sentence, but it really does feel like an actual case, Mac, of like, God, I could believe this would actually happen in a zombie apocalypse. And what I love about this movie too is they, of course you're there for the zombies and everything, but this is very much a human-centered movie. What I mean by that is like it's a father-daughter story at its heart, at its core, and where that relationship starts and where it ends.
Mm-hmm.
Mac, because you've seen the Train to Busan, right, Mac?
Yes, I have. I love it.
Okay, so yeah, where it ends, I'm not gonna give you anything away, but just
yeah, I watched it with my mom and she started crying, and I'm not gonna lie, I almost started crying too. It is like, holy shit, this is the Korean movie that put that cinema on the map in the 2010s.
It really did. Because let me tell you, this film gets heavy at parts. Because this guy, he's not really a great guy.
Not old boy, really?
No, because I guess Old Boy started it, but like for the 2010s,
but this is like what made it mainstream. Okay,
yeah, because like this really like what people are like, oh, you need to watch Train to Busan. That really opened the floodgates into what we have now for a lot of Korean media. Like I'm guaranteeing
Old Boy was as mainstream as this was.
Okay, I'll give you that.
And plus that 2013 dog shit movie, kind of, came out as well.
We don't talk about that movie.
No, we do not.
We don't talk about that movie. That movie doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't. But the ensemble is fantastic. Each character is, very different from the other. Oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on this guy's name, Dom?
Oh, is it the dude from Eternals, right? Don, what's his name? Don Lee, I think.
Yes. He's great in this movie, by the way. He's really good. The little girl here as well kills it. She has a couple moments back where I wanted to cry and give her a hug, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's fantastic. And like I said, the zombie sequences itself, Dom, some of the zombie action you see here, and it's claustrophobic because it's all on a train. And oh man, I don't know how you felt, Mac, watching this, but that claustrophobia really hit me watching this movie, man, because there were some times I was like, okay, get me out, or I had to pause it. So yeah, Train to Busan. Dom, watch it immediately.
All right. Yeah. My number 6. It's kind of another cheat, but I feel like because again, the sci-fi elements don't really show up until like the last third. 10 Cloverfield Lane, man. This is a fucking, I still can't believe that we actually got this movie, given everything that's happened with the Cloverfield franchise since. I know that because we got that awful fucking Cloverfield Paradox movie, which is what the fuck is that movie? And then that Overlord movie, which was supposed to be a Cloverfield movie, but then they retrofitted it into a not, so it just ends up being like this weird like Nazi zombie movie. But 10 Cloverfield Lane, man. Listen, when that was pitched as a Cloverfield movie and then ultimately has like nothing to do with the Cloverfield franchise, not to mention the fact that like the majority of this movie, it was just like John Goodman, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and the dude from The Newsroom just filming in a basement. And they don't even know what movie they're doing. And the marketing of this movie is still very similar to the first Cloverfield, but I feel it had been enough time now that it had been like people had mostly forgotten about it. So it was able to still have like kind of that effect. And it was like, for a while, it was like the best movie that I saw from like the first third of 2016. But like really good movie, really solid, really claustrophobic. You don't know if there's anything actually happening, and the horror is just being trapped in this one space with John Goodman, who is just an absolute psychopath. This still might be like probably his best performance since The Big Lebowski. It was before he dropped all the weight, so he still had like just that massive presence of it's like if you're in this room and like this guy claims to be doing a good thing, even though he is very much showing that he is not a good guy at all, especially once you discover his motivations and what he's capable of. That's always where the true horror comes from. So yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I agree that I liked how this trailer came out like 2 months before. And I'm like,
yeah.
And then the well ran dry. But yeah, this is another one they said that performances should be nominated. Like I think John Goodman should have been nominated for.
He should have been.
The movie. It was so terrifying, especially the part where he shoots Emmett.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit. Okay, that's ending. That's for another day.
The ending, we can pretend that because that ending is very clearly, obviously, from a whole different movie. So, but yeah,
thanks,
John Goodman also never nominated for an Oscar.
I think once he's never been nominated.
Once.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
But my number 5 is going to be As Above, So Below.
Okay.
I absolutely love this movie. I love the claustrophobic feeling of the catacombs. I've always made a running joke that the devil wants to kill the black guy. This would be so bad because he does every single thing in his power to like fuck Benji over, which is funny because it's the same dude from The Purge. So I'm watching the Purge movies and like, what you doing in France, man? You're supposed to be fighting in America. And like, I think it was very unique with the horror of it. This is actually a found footage movie done right too. Like I think this one gets overrated on a little bit too much, but I think As Above, So Below is a very fun type of movie, and the horror is actually there's some genuine moments of like oh shit horror.
I've never seen it. I know nothing about this movie, so
what? It's so good, man. It's good.
I know. I've heard good things, but yeah, never seen it.
I like it. Have you seen it, Dom? Ron. Somebody I was like, have you seen it? I looked at you and I was like, have you seen it? He truly
doesn't see color anymore.
He doesn't. It's kind of beautiful, honestly.
I know, right? We've really achieved something here. In terms
That was beautiful. Well, Mac, my name is Rod. But yeah, no, I have not seen no. I don't think I've seen As Above, So Below.
What?
I think I guess I think I saw the reviews and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pass on to see it.
It's good. Would recommend.
Okay.
I don't even know what this movie's about.
They're looking for the Philosopher's Stone, and it takes them to the catacombs in France, and it turns out it's like the portal to hell.
Oh, so it's like Harry Potter but French.
I was about to say, look, the Philosopher's Stone. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Okay then.
This is Harry Potter from hell and croissants.
Oh, what's his name from Mad Men's in it? Ben Feldman, who also plays the lawyer from Silicon Valley.
Yes.
And he's randomly in the party at the opening of Cloverfield.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, yeah, he is.
For like 5 seconds.
Yep.
Fuck. All right. Rod, what's your number? And Sheik says it too. As Above, So Below captures some eerie and scary And it's good. It's very eerie, very intimate. That's all I'll say. Rod, what's your number 5?
Dom mentioned it earlier, and I guess it's not gonna be on your list, Dom. But my number 5 is The Cabin in the Woods.
Oh no! I argued for it to be on my list because originally it wasn't. I thought I had to take it off, but no, that's on my list. In fact, that is also my number 5. So yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Look at
let's
that.
do
Dude,
it.
This movie rules. This movie basically took the premise of Scream and it's like, hey, what if we made like something that like actually breaks up the horror tropes and doesn't just like do the same movie as them and then comment on them and see if we can get away. No, we're actually gonna like break down and explore why these tropes are a thing. We're gonna get into it and like how it's explored across different cultures. We're literally gonna have the audience be characters in the movie with the whole fucking control panel run by Richard Jenkins and Bradley Whitford, and it has one of the all-time greatest gore-filled third acts like of any movie that I've ever seen. Like I remember literally. And it's so amazing the magic trick that this movie pulls, because I remember showing this movie to my friends who'd never seen it back in, summer of 2022. And the whole first act of the movie is bad, but it's done badly on purpose, like very, very much so on purpose. Because they're like, okay, when is this going to get going? And then like the zombie family comes and you're like, oh, so this is just I'm like, guys, just wait. I'm like, you got to wait. And then once Kristen Connolly and Frank Kranz go into the underground, that's when you're like, okay, that's when the movie really kicks into another gear and it recontextualizes the whole movie all the way down to they even get Sigourney Weaver like narrating the last bit before they get her killed by the werewolf. Also, Bradley Whitford getting killed by the merman is still one of the funniest reveals to anything ever. This movie is the tits. This movie is actually the tits.
Richard Jenkins and Bradley Whitford. I want more movies of just those two just hanging out, because those two cracked me the hell up. And once you find out what this movie is like actually about, because you're right, that first hour
it's not good. It's really not good.
It's bad.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's bad on purpose.
Yes.
Because they even have, I forgot when it's revealed, Dom, but it's like the virgin, the athlete.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so the types, that the actual types themselves, because we see the blood ink flowing into like the different rock formations in order to satisfy the ritual, but they don't actually tell you the 5 types until the end. And it's like all of these like horror tropes that we have seen in like so many different things, but now it's like, oh, we're finally like seeing that, like we're getting sort of like an explanation. And it's so funny too, because I will never forget like taking my first like film genre class in film school, and Cabin in the Woods was in the section on horror, and I'm like, oh my god, are we actually going to talk about like why this movie's fucking genius when it comes to bring? And we did it so in depth, and I felt so validated, because I'm like, yes, this is the ultimate example as far as like breaking down and understanding why horror is what it is, why it is so successful as a genre, and why it will always be like one of the go-to forms of storytelling, because it literally goes back to that's actually true. And it is. And, like, that's not even a joke. That's just true. Yeah. And it literally goes all the way back to like kind of ancient mythology. Like if you want to make the argument, the horror archetypes are like kind of the original movie character archetypes, you know? And the whole thing of like how it goes into this idea of like, oh, like old school, like religious figures wanted to prevent young girls from having sex. So they would conjure up the, until marriage, they would conjure up these tales that like, oh, if you had sex pre-marriage, and it leads into the whole like final girl trope and everything. It's insane how fucking like genius this movie is.
Don, Mac, you mentioned one of the funniest kills in horror. I'm sorry, nothing was as funny as Chris Hemsworth's death in Cabin in the
Dude, the thing with that is that it sets it up perfectly, because when they go straight into the cabin, you see the bird hit it. So he's like, I'm gonna get the help and everything like that. And you're like, wait a minute, isn't there a fourth? And like you kind of forget, and then we slams right into it. It's like, oh, that's fucking funny.
You know what it reminded me of, Mac? That scene from The Other Guys was like, aim for the bushes, aim for the bushes.
Literally.
Also, shout out to Marty as well. I do want that coffee cup as well.
Yes, like, literally. I was about to say, I'm like, the coffee mug that extends out into the bong. I'm like, how is somebody not like capitalized on that by this point? And apparently, like that's like actually a real thing. Like that movie. Oh, I love that movie. Really, really good.
This movie's so meta. It's great. I love it.
That third act is also too, that blood fest. Like behind the scenes, how they set that up.
As soon as the elevator doors bing and the one soldier's like, oh shit, I'm like, oh, it's on. I'm like, it is fucking on.
And it's crazy to think that Drew Goddard would go on to do Daredevil.
And Bad Times at the El Royale.
Great movie.
And what a
great movie until the third act. But, that movie has the opposite problem of Cabin in the Woods, where the first hour is so good and then the third act sucks.
I think that movie's perfect, but whatever.
It's not. In fact, I'm writing a better version of it. But
okay, all right.
I'm just saying.
I'll go rapid fire with my 3 and 4 and 3 because we already talked about them. My number 4 is Get Out and 3 is Us, and I think we already kind of touched about it. I think Get Out is a good psychological horror movie. I do like the part where they explain the sucking place and everything, but I like how you can see like Lakeith Stanfield's character when you're like, wait a minute, what happened to him? And then when he took that flash, he's like, get out, get the fuck out, like that was good. And then I also liked the there was some stuff cut from the movie. Like I don't know where the skeleton deer went from the trailer, if you remember that. When he like had the lighter.
Yeah.
Like that got cut. And
yeah.
I think I like it. And then Us, I think it's like his only horror film, and Rod's right, it is mainstream horror. But that's kind of my quick rapid fire cue that I like. That my 3 and 4.
All right, I'll go with my number 4. I'll be kind of quick with this one too. It's 2017's It.
Nice.
Yeah, love this movie to death. I got to get on that Welcome to Dairy show, Mac. I think it just premiered yesterday.
Yep, and heard good things about it.
Yeah, so I'm excited to watch that. But I hate clowns, and Bill Skarsgård terrified the shit out of me. Guys. Good goddamn, this guy is creepy as hell. I never saw that Tim Curry film until after I saw 2017's It. So yeah, I get there's I guess there's like a little cult for Tim Curry's version of Pennywise. Yeah, screw that. Now Bill Skarsgård will forever be Pennywise. But this is actually a coming of age movie, just disguised as a horror movie. Like this film really is about the children. How I don't even think there's a single nice adult in this entire freaking movie. They kind of remind me of the Peanuts. Like these kids are, they go through so much in between the bullying, the neglect from their parents, or just the neglect from people around town because the creepy, like the what was it, the guy who worked at the that Walgreens, like the drugstore. Yeah. Thank you, Mac. When he was like hitting on Beverly, I was like, dude, you're making me so uncomfortable right now. Go away. To her abusive, she had an abusive father, not mother. Mm-hmm. So yeah. And then how that ties into Pennywise and all that, I thought that was great. What stands apart why chapter 1 is so good and chapter 2 maybe is not as good. The nightmare sequences here are done to perfection. They are so freaking good. And even the prologue here too, when Georgie gets sadly taken from us like 5 minutes on, I knew it was gonna happen, guys. But still, when it happened, when you see him, first of all, lost his fucking arm, Mac, and oh
my god, yeah,
that scared the crap out of me. But yeah, all the kids here are great. I know some people call them like the Stranger Things of kids, but like I guess you can make that comparison, guys, if you want to. But yeah, it is fantastic. And also, what doesn't get enough credit here too for both the films, the score here as well. But I think it's Benjamin Wallfish. He does a good job here with the score.
It is.
So yeah.
Shout out. Has the best jump scare too with the projector.
That projector scene, oh my god!
Projector scene's pretty fucking gnarly. Oh man! All right, my number 4. I'm gonna speed through both of these. My number 4 is The Lighthouse, the second Robert Eggers collaboration, and yeah, it's a fucking masterpiece. This movie, it's a masterclass in just everything. It's a masterclass in filmmaking. It's a masterclass in accurate period detail. It's a masterclass in acting. It's a masterclass in just losing your mind. It's a masterclass in comedy, which is not something that I was expecting. And yeah, Willem Dafoe should have won the Oscar for supporting actor for this. As much as I love Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he is great and he deserved it. Yeah, Willem Dafoe is awesome in this. And it's a movie that is asking a lot of its audience, but very much so it's very heavily a vibes movie where you're just like, oh yeah, let's just come and like just go insane for 2 hours with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe, and who knows if anything is actually happening, and Robert Pattinson's hallucinating about fucking mermaids, and Willem Dafoe is a giant like octopus hybrid and shit, and then Robert Pattinson kills the seagull, and then they get trapped there. It's awesome, this movie. I'm not gonna say anymore because yeah, anybody who's seen this knows this is incredible, this movie.
Nice, nice. So I guess I'll go my number 2 real quick. Sheik mentioned in the comments below with Mike Flanagan. This is a lot of Mike Flanagan movies on my list. It's Hush on Netflix.
Oh, nice.
Watched that in high school. Don't know how because Netflix was banned on our servers, and we had our ways to get in, and we watched it. And I was like, holy shit, this is a very like unique horror movie.
VPNs were a thing back then.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
I like the concept of a home invasion movie where the main character is deaf and the guy's like this sick fuck just like tormenting her like that. But like I like how they use her inner monologue to go through what she's feeling, and she's an author. So it kind of feels like a female Alan Wake with less of the supernatural elements to it. I think it's one of Mike Flanagan's underrated films. And I think that's his main actress is his wife, right?
I think so. Yes, it is. Kate Siegel is her name. Yes.
Yeah. She's she's always in any of his films. Why not? And she's a good actress. Like I like the performance. John Gallagher from 10 Cloverfield Lane. He's in this. He plays the psychopath, and it makes it the buildup of it. It just makes it so satisfying for the end as well too. That's what I liked about it.
Listen, all I know is that when Kate Siegel was in the beginning of Haunting of Hill House in the lesbian bar with a slick black dress, I was like, oh Lord, Mike Flanagan is a lucky man. Mike Flanagan is a lucky man. I'm just gonna leave it at that. What's it called? Rod, what's your number 3, number 2? What are we on here?
Yeah, I guess I'm on my number 3 here. Dr. Sleep is my number 3.
Nice.
Yes, I love this movie so freaking much. This was also my introduction to Mike. No, because didn't Flanagan direct Oculus?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I saw Oculus before.
But I didn't see Hush or Oculus.
Gotcha. So I did see Oculus before Dr. Sleep, but Dr. Sleep is up here where Oculus. I'm sorry, Mac. It's like, it's like, I don't think it holds a candle. But I'm not a big fan of The Shining. I more just respect it as a film than enjoy it. I love the hell out of this movie. First of all, Ian McGregor, you can make an argument for him to be nominated for Best Actor. His performance here is really great. The little girl is fantastic as well. Where was it? Riley Curran? Is that what it is, Mac?
Yeah, Kylie Curran.
Kylie Curran. Yep, thank you. Rebecca Ferguson's my MVP, though. My goodness. She, like you said, Dom, the only thing we really had seen her in was Mission Impossible.
Yep.
And boy, did she make a name for herself in Dr. Sleep.
Awesome in that.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, baseball boy, Jacob Tremblay. Park.
That disembowel scene.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I didn't, it was crazy because they had to keep that fucking like low key that was Jacob Tremblay. Like, they got his face covered the whole time because I was like, yikes. Like, oh man. Also, I just realized too, the blonde girl who like ends up getting recruited into the cult of the Black Hat is what's his name's girlfriend, who then turns evil in the second Babysitter movie, Emily Allen Lynn, which I thought was just like absolutely hysterical. So the Babysitter movies, right? He has the blonde girl that he has to crush on next door. She's like his sort of like friend in the first one, and then in the second one, when he ends up getting with Jenna Ortega, it's revealed that she's actually like part of the cult and is like trying to resurrect everybody. That's the same girl who gets recruited to the cult of the Black Hat in this movie.
Oh, okay.
What are the odds of that?
Pretty high, because they all those movies all came out around the same time. So, yeah.
You know who else is great in this movie that doesn't get enough love? Cliff Curtis is great in this movie.
Yes, I agree.
He is great, and it's a damn shame what happened to his character.
Right?
Oh, it really that pissed me off.
Yeah,
but
that was tough. Yeah, dude, fucking, it really sucks because like Rebecca Ferguson is so fucking hot in the 5th Mission Impossible and this movie. Like, oh Lord, like she was doing things like in me. And then I just watched her in House of Dynamite 2 days ago, and her American accent in that movie is so bad. It is one of like the all-time. It might be the worst American accent I've heard since James McAvoy in Wanted. Let me put it that way.
Whoa.
Yeah,
okay.
It's that bad. Like you can hear the drips of the British like sneaking through, and I'm like, oh man. This is.
Hey, what'd you think about that? The scene at the bar when they go back to the Overlook. What'd you think about that scene?
Oh, I loved it. I love that.
It was good.
The scene of the movie.
Yeah, I love that scene. Are we? So, is there a follow up to Dr. Sleep, or is this it?
That's it.
That's it.
Gotcha.
Which, if you ask me, is for the better.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, Mac, if you don't mind, I'm just going to zip through my 3 and 2 because we're running low on time and I got to get going soon for work. But my number 3 is one that I think you guys mentioned, Don't Breathe, Fede Alvarez's follow-up to Evil Dead, which this was, and I can quote, this is the first This predates Us. This predates Get Out. This predates Split. This is the horror movie that I watched in theaters that showed me, oh, horror movies can actually be like really good and really fun to watch in theaters because. Again, bringing back Jane Levi, Dylan Minnette, and I forgot the dude who plays the Hispanic dude who gets killed really early by Stephen Lang. But it's a classic case of a couple people, and you've been seeing this in a couple of miniseries that have come out this year, but it's like 3 people break into the wrong house. And the shit that they find in there. Oh, man. Like, at first they're like, oh, yeah, we're just robbing an old blind dude. What could happen? Not only is this old blind dude like a fucking ex-military, like Green Beret, who's like fucking like John McClane if he was blind, but also once you realize what he's got hidden in his basement, oh, man, horrifying. Just absolutely horrifying. This is what I call a late summer surprise, where once you're like done with like the prime summer period in like July, you're mostly just like seeing what you can get in August. And this was one of a couple movies that I saw in August of 2016 that I'm like, okay, this is actually good. Because after the absolute disaster show that was Suicide Squad, but then I enjoyed Sausage Party, didn't love it. And then Kubo, I still think is a masterpiece. But I saw this, and this kind of wrapped up August for me that year. And I'm like, oh, this is actually like really, really good. Like really, really good. Stephen, and another underrated performance, Stephen Lang is fucking terrifying in this movie. And also they gave an indication that he may have survived at the end of this one, but I'm also glad that we never got a sequel to this because this is one, yeah, we didn't need it. It was just so awesome to begin with. And then my number 2, I'm actually surprised that this hasn't made anybody's list and it hasn't been even talked about because even prior to Get Out, I would say that this is the movie that invigorated horror love at the beginning of 2017, and that's Split. M. Night Shyamalan, dude. Ooh. Fucking also the movie that kind of put Anya Taylor-Joy on the map. Like, this movie's fucking great, especially because at the time we didn't know it. M. Night Shyamalan still pulled off the greatest twist of the 21st century yet again by revealing that this was actually his secret sequel to Unbreakable, released 27 years later. What's it called? Oh, sorry, 17 years later. Yeah, this movie's fucking great. It starts off as just like a simple like capture movie, 3 girls led by it's Anya Taylor-Joy, and I even recognize the other 2 actresses who played her friends in that. Are kidnapped by James McAvoy, who gives the greatest performance of his career, playing what's his name? Kevin Wendell Crumb, who has 27 personalities all in one body. It gets a little ridiculous to the point where he's able to develop one of those personalities is a superhero persona, but then the end is revealed that it's like, oh, this takes place in the world of Unbreakable. So it shifts from being a horror movie into like a semi-superhero movie, but the scenes where those girls are being held captive. Oh man, that shit is horrifying.
The part when he drags one of them and she goes over and he's fucking eating her stomach, I'm like, okay, that's fucking disturbing. God dang.
Yep. Yeah. So her 2 friends, actually, it's Haley Lou Richardson from White Lotus and Jessica Sula from Skins. Season the 3rd generation of Skins, Grace Blood, who's the one who tragically dies at the beginning of season 6. And then Betty Buckley as the therapist, who's there as the exposition device, is really, really funny. And also, Anya Taylor-Joy has a really tragic backstory that's completely shortchanged once the reveal happens. But yeah, this movie's absolutely great. It's one of my absolutely favorite movies. Oh my god.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Thank God it doesn't. I'm like, no,
that movie does not exist.
It doesn't exist.
No.
Doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
no. What is this? Don't Breathe 2? No, get out of here. No. Stop it. But no, yeah, I love Split, dude.
Yeah.
You know, Dom, I've always gone back and forth where do I love Split the movie or do I just love it because of how great James McAvoy is in it? I've kind of
Split. It's both. The movie itself is genuinely great too. It's Glass where it's like, no, this sucks.
Yeah, that movie's terrible. I fell asleep during Glass.
Yeah. I don't blame you. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's really
okay. So I'll go next back on my number 2, and that is A Quiet Place. This to me is just silence and storytelling done right. I mean, this is something new, I guess, because I don't think we've ever really seen something like this before in terms of. Wait, Dom, did I interrupt you, Dom? Did you do your number 2 already?
I did my number 2.
Oh, you did? Okay. All right. Because I think you said you're going to do 3 and 2, so I just want to make sure I didn't overlook that. Okay. So, yeah. Number 2 for me is A Quiet Place. This wasn't Krasinski's directorial debut, though. He did something else before.
Yeah,
this.
He did.
Probably wasn't anything good. But, yeah, I love this movie. And I've always gone back and forth on which one I love more, this one or the second one. I still lean towards this one. I think this one just structurally is better than part 2. First of all, Emily Blunt, maybe her second best performance after Sicario. That birthing scene in the bathtub alone, Jesus Christ, guys. That just talk about on the edge of my seat. It's a family movie at heart. It's a family movie at heart. Just a family trying to survive a really screwed up monster, alien, apocalypse, whatever. And Krasinski is great both behind and in front of the camera. I actually like how they use sign language in the film as a storytelling device. And what is the actress's name? Who's the little girl? Is it Millicent Simmons?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Millicent Simmons.
she so good here. I think she's even better in part 2. But yeah, like the jump scare here is actually a reason scenario down where jump scares are done right. All the jump scares here are really effective. They really creep me out. Krasinski's death here. Oh shit! I just spoiled something. Yeah. But yeah, his damn it, Mac. I'm sorry, but yeah, his emotional conclusion here was it was or his tragic demise was really emotional. And it was a great movie to see in theaters as well. This was a fun time to see it in the theaters. Yeah. So yeah, Quiet Place, number 2.
I think it's overrated, but if you like it, that's fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
real quick, sorry, not to go randomly, but I was just scrolling through Facebook and I saw this one meme. It's like my son got a 24 in his math test, talking about how he did it for Kobe. I whooped his little dumb ass. Figured you guys would appreciate that.
I did it for Kobe like shit. I love Quiet Place. I think the second one edges it out a bit, but I do love Day One.
Yeah, Day One is my favorite Quiet Place movie.
Yeah, I think the sound design, that's what I think Quiet Place excels on more. Everything else kind of, yeah.
Wow. Okay, fine. You know what?
Sorry, Rob. But my number one shocker is Hereditary. We talked about it earlier with Toni Collette. Man, you want to talk about a movie that should have broke the barriers for horror movies to be nominated for Academy Awards. Hereditary is definitely probably Ari Aster's best movie, in my opinion. I like Midsommar, like, don't get me wrong. And God, what did he do? Did he do anything last year, or am I high?
Beau Was Afraid.
Yeah, Beau Was Afraid.
Beau Was Afraid. Okay, yeah. So this is definitely his best movie, in my opinion. It's disturbing. It's very scary, and it's great. This is like Toni Collette's, like, this is the movie to bring her back. Because, like, year before, she was with Triple X, Return of Xander Cage. And look at her now. She was doing Hereditary, and then she was doing in Knives Out a year later.
Yes, she was. Also, you want to talk about disturbing Ari Aster things? Have you guys seen the short film that he did?
I haven't
seen it. Yeah.
Thing about the Johnson. Oh man, Mac. Oh, sorry, Rod. See, now I'm doing it. Damn, my inner race just came back out. Yeah, that is. I can't say anything about that because that is just one of the most, like, absolutely, like, disgusting but also absurd things I've ever seen. Yeah, I remember, like, my friends forced me to watch that. Then after the twist of that happens, my jaw was on the floor the whole time, and I looked at my friends. I'm like, "Fuck you guys for making me watch this." Like, I'm like, as if I didn't hate this guy enough already to begin with. Like, oh man. Yeah, strange thing about the Johnsons. I'm still fucking traumatized by that shit. Oh man,
he made it. He's an Oscar-winning director.
Wait, is he Oscar winning? Oh shit! Wait, did that win Best Original Short?
No, he didn't win. I was fucking around. No.
I was about to say, when Mac had me question, I was like, wait.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say. All right, Rod, what's your number one?
So my number one is the other Ari Aster film, and that's Midsommar. Yeah, I have this. This to me was the Florence Pugh. Look at that. Did I get an eye roll from Dom again? You know what?
Sucks. I'm sorry. Ari Aster's not a good filmmaker. His best movie is Beau Was Afraid.
Dom, sometimes.
I know.
I just want to slap you sometimes. That's it.
I know.
You just hurt my feelings.
Everybody gets mad at me for having the right opinion. I get it.
No, you know, you were doing so well with in the woods.
Tough being right all the time.
Shut the hell up. Anyway, now I'm distracted. God damn it, dummy. But yeah, my number one is Midsommar, daytime horror, and with Hereditary. Dom, here's the thing with Hereditary. Okay. I appreciate it on first watch. I actually did enjoy it more the second time around. But here with Midsommar, it's definitely more mainstream than Hereditary was, for sure. This was the Florence Pugh coming out party, though. This was the film that really put her on the map. I think Florence Pugh absolutely kills it. Again, a performance I think should have been nominated for best actress at the Academy Awards. Jump scares, Dom? No jump scares.
No,
and it was still effective. I thought the rituals were really effed up. Go ahead, Dom. I was gonna say something, but what you gonna say?
I don't have anything to say. I've already talked a lot about this movie. All that I'm gonna say is I'm like, yeah, if you like just getting tortured with mind-numbing stupid shit for 3 hours straight and knowing exactly what's gonna happen, but being forced to wait until it happens, sure, go right for it.
You know, I had some nice things to say about you at the end of this podcast. Those nice things are gone. They're gone.
I'll chuck you up to the list of what once I this is what I get for being truthful and right.
He's so controversial, but yet so bold.
Yeah. But no, my hottest take is that Beau is Afraid is his best movie because it's the only movie
bullshit! No, fuck you! No,
listen, I'll take that.
It's not about anything. Therefore, it's forced to be his best movie because every time. No, because here's my problem with Ari Aster because he can't help himself. Every time he makes a movie that's like slightly about anything, whether it be genre or like political commentary, like with Eddington, he always just ends up devolving it into just like a visage for his own anxiety, and it just gets annoying and irritating. Versus Beau is Afraid is just pure nonsense for nonsense sake. And I'm realizing now that the reason why I love it is because he made it completely on accident, because he was trying to make that like that movie as like a reaction of his to like the fact that his mom hates him, and the fact that he was obviously really anxious while the world was falling apart during COVID, and he just ended up making something that was absolutely silly and nonsensical and had a giant penis monster. So once that happened, I'm like, yeah, this movie's fucking hilarious. Like that was the hardest that I laughed at a movie I think all that year. So, and then he made Eddington, and I'm like, yeah, we're right back to our normal Ari Aster bullshit. I think the best way that I describe it, and this is gonna get a little harsh, so bear with me, is I'm like, yeah, he's clearly a depressed dude who just wants to die, but because he doesn't want to kill himself, he's just subjecting all of us to the rest of his queries, and it's just annoying at this point. With that being said, my number one is Get Out, which is the actual best horror movie of this past decade because, yeah, it's both the revolutionary in terms of making horror movies like kind of commercially profitable and mainstream. It made Jordan Peele the auteur-based filmmaker that he is. And I also think that this movie gets not enough props for being also one of the funniest movies ever made for a lot of the stuff that we already talked about. So, yeah, I can see that Rod's still pissed at me over my Ari Aster comment, so I'm just going to leave it there because you two have already talked enough about it. But, yeah, that's my number one, Get Out, the actual best horror movie.
You're right. Get out. Get out, Dom. Get out. Go to work.
Get out. But real quick, Sheik says with Midsommar that the character's journey in Midsommar is why they want to finally see the movie because it's the main movie from the understanding of draws it. Yeah, I agree.
She made more sense than you did, Dom. Guys,
I'm just saying. Yes. I figured out as soon as they got there that I'm like, the cult is going to kill all the rest of them, and then she's going to become.
It's about that journey, not the destination. God damn it, the journey was beautiful and
the journey sucked. Tragic. The journey made me want to gouge my eyes out with nails.
Maybe you had an itchy theater seat. That's why you didn't enjoy it.
Nah, so and it should tell you because I slept through like the first like 10 to 15 minutes after the opening scene, which is great. Woke up and it was still going. I'm like, oh Christ, like this is going to be awful, and then it was.
The bright side, at least it's better than Eddington.
That's true. I'll give you that much because Eddington sucked.
Rod is just
like, what did I do? Rod is like, I was having a good time, and y'all had to ruin it.
We were bonding, man, and then A Quiet Place and Midsommar. Like,
sorry, I'm a hater. I can't help it.
I know, but you're right though. You know, I forgot. You're the chosen one.
Listen,
correct. You are the Messiah.
You said it, not me.
5 minutes ago. You know what? Whatever.
I said I was right. I didn't say I was the chosen one or the Messiah. You said that.
Oh God.
A black man can't get the break, you know.
That's gonna
wrap it up. The one that's making it about race.
Yes, now I'm making it about race.
You're making it about race. Mac finally got to you. All I had to do was say enough crazy shit that was gonna piss you off.
Mac said enough crazy shit to me that I don't even know. I'm surprised he hasn't bought a Vampire Suck More today.
Nah, I'll bring up movie 43 next time.
No, please don't.
God, that one, I'm like, nah, get out of here with that bullshit.
Hold on, Dom. Movie 43 or Midsommar?
Movie 43, obviously.
What the fuck?
Because movie 43, I can at least laugh at how stupid it is.
But that's gonna wrap up this live stream. It's a fucking anarchy at the end of it. We want to thank all our new viewers for tuning in today. Hope you have a safe Halloween. Watch some good horror movies. Maybe if we're we're also kicking in 10 years' time. We'll do the best movies of 2020, and we'll figure out.
You kick it still? Oh no, this is a divorce. I'm done with all of y'all.
Hey, and the last, Sheik agrees. The journey is the point. So, Rod,
just wait until we start talking about action movies, and Mac brings up Super Fast.
Yes.
What the hell is
I'll bring up.
What the hell is that?
Dude, it's the parody of Fast and Furious by Joseph Kahn.
What the fuck?
You've never heard of Super Fast is like one of the best like parody movies because like it's that and Torque. Those two movies.
Oh, Torque is awesome.
Torque is so Super Fast is a parody of Fast and Furious, and Torque's a parody of Fast and Furious but with motorcycles. It's fucking awesome.
Torque is great.
Camera. I'm done.
But hey, but Dom, where can the good folks find you at?
At Movie Nerd Reviews across all platforms, at Official Talking TV Podcast across all platforms. I got to jump off. I got to get going to work, but this was an absolute blast. I'll see you guys next time. And Rod, don't worry. I have plenty more points to go that are going to piss you off. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
I love you, Dom. It's good seeing you, man.
You look like you're going to kill him. Hey, look at the bright side. Sheik's got your back.
I don't even know how am I supposed to function for the rest of my day? I got shit to do, and I don't even know how to function.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, Rod, I like Midsommar as well.
I guess.
I'm kidding. I actually do. I think I like it because it feels more of a complete movie next to Hereditary.
No, in all seriousness, like we're all entitled to our own film.
Yeah.
Even though Dom is wrong. Now that he's gone, I can fully say it. Dom is wrong. But anyway, no, I get it. He's no Ari Aster. He really is an acquired taste, though, Mac. He is, and I think it's fun. I think Eddington's actually his most mainstream accessible film of the 4 films he's made.
Oh God,
and it combines all the good and bad things we love about Ari. It combines all the things we love, but then it's also everything infuriating about Ari Aster at the same time. I think Midsommar, it's like I think that's him at his peak, and I don't know if he's ever going to get back to that Midsommar Hereditary fate. I feel like now with Beau is Afraid and I just said the name Eddington. I don't know where we go from here with him.
Eddington was just boring to me.
I liked Eddington up until they got rid of a character, and I was like, "What are we doing? what are we doing here? What's going on?" And then it
felt a little too preachy for me.
You see, I think I agree with you, but that it didn't bother me as much as some other films may have gotten. It's probably the best COVID movie we've ever had. I'll say that much. But yet again, do we really want to see a movie about COVID? No. And the bar is low. Yeah, the bar is low.
I'm like, there's 2 forms of COVID movies about COVID, and then movies that were filmed
during COVID.
Yeah. And Sheik says, "I got you, Rod." Dom likes the end, not the process. Noted. LOL.
Yes. See, get her a part of the function. Go on, Matt.
Yeah. Sheik, if you follow me on Instagram or anything, hit me up. We'll get you on the function next time.
Yeah, get her on the function. Yeah.
I might know. I don't know. Because like my memory, I know so many people. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. We can connect and such. But Rod, where can the good folks find you?
You can find me everywhere. No, I'm on Instagram. My personal film page. That's the Cinema Gallery. That's the Cinema Gallery with 3 L's because I was stupid. And then my other page, you can follow myself and my wonderful friend and co-host Benjamin Saunders, the Infinity Film Podcast. You can film us there. You can find us there on at the Infinity Film Podcast Instagram page. Mac, we're actually doing a fun episode later on tonight. We are doing an interview episode again. We're gonna have you minute before Bennett's gonna come on, and we're doing a kind of a get to know us again episode. So that's nice. Looking forward to that. And then we're gonna go on a break next week before we hit it hard for the rest of the year. So I'm looking forward to it though.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you too before we wrap it up. What are some of the films you got? You're excited to see for the rest of the year?
I think it's weird, Mac. There is not like a doomsday level like event film I'm looking forward to this year. I think there's a couple films I'm really excited for. The Running Man coming out in a couple weeks. I'm really looking forward to that. Zootopia 2, I'm looking forward to. Wicked for Good. I'm actually really, really excited about that, Mac, because I love that first Wicked. Have we talked about Wicked, Mac? I don't know your thoughts on that movie.
I thought thought the first Wicked was good. I'm not really like a
I'm a big musical guy, but I thought it was much better than it was going to be, and I ended up actually really loving it.
That's a cryptid ass message, Sheik. Jesus Christ. Cryptid, goddamn. What the fuck is this? Wait a minute. Oh god. Okay.
All right, I gotta get. You gotta let me know how the rest of that goes, Mac. But Avatar as well, of course. Although Mac, I'm gonna ask you too. Are you looking forward to Avatar as much as now that the trailers have come out? Because the trailers have done nothing to really impress me at this point.
I think for Avatar, Ash and Fire, it's just more of like curious to see what the story leads into, because it's just like, what is it going to do to set this up? Because we got 4 more movies after this.
Oh my god.
And I don't know, there's so many questions now. The kids are older, and I guess more when you're not enthralled in Avatar, but if you have at least seen the other 2 movies, you're kind of curious to see how the story continues. And I guess that's why, I don't know if it's gonna hit $1 billion this time.
It will.
It will, because it's just weird. And she says that she loved Wicked. I don't know. I'm not the only musicals I like. I like Sweeney Todd, Rent, and Reboot Genetic Opera.
Lion King. Don't forget Lion King.
And Lion King, yes. But I don't know. Avatar, the trailers really have not pulled me in. The thing with Way of Water is that it was just so long since we got that first movie. I'm like, oh shit, finally in theaters, let's go. And then Fire and Ash, I'm like, okay, there's gonna be 3 hours in the theater. I'm not gonna just sit here watching an IMAX movie.
I've noticed with James Cameron, that man does not. Whoever he uses for his trailer company, they don't make good trailers. So I was going back watching the Way of Water trailers and the first Avatar trailer. None of his trailers are really great. No. But then you leave the theater and you feel reborn because he just had this nice, really amazing 3-hour transcendent experience.
Hey, and he said he's working on a new Terminator film apparently.
You know what? That's interesting because I want to ask you this, T-Mac. So we got Avatar 3 coming out, and he even came out and said he doesn't know if Avatar 4 and 5 are going to happen unless they make the money it does. And
yeah,
I think it's going to make the money. I think it's going to hit $1 billion. I don't know if it's going to hit $2 billion. I think we're at a point now in theater going where a lot of people don't go to theaters anymore, and they just wait for streaming. I
feel like I know who this is, but it's gonna be with it. But and okay, I mean, Rent is my favorite YouTube. Okay, good. All right, I won't get my kidneys organ ripped out. But no, you're saying with the Avatar?
Yeah, I think it'll hit $1 billion for sure. Just because, I mean, listen, if the Minecraft movie can make almost $1 billion, I think Avatar 3 can make over $1 billion. I just don't know if it's going to hit $2 billion. I really don't, because I think the second one made less than the first one.
This is true,
and I actually think part 2. I think The Way of Water is actually one of his best movies, Mac. I love that movie a lot. Only movie I think like more from Cameron is probably T2. But The Way of Water I thought was beautifully made, and I think the kids kind of saved it.
Mm-hmm. I think what makes
you better kill Sam Worthington's character though. I'm done with Jake Sully. I need him to go.
Listen, this is keeping Sam Worthington's lights on. Damn it,
it really
is. Because I'm like, every time there's another movie, I'm like, oh shit, he's not because it was weird. You think about it, when the first Avatar came out, he was everywhere, and then there was a period where it was just nothing. And then he was in a few movies, and then went with Avatar 2. And you go oh shit, okay. And then he just disappeared again.
Remember that terrible thriller? What was that, Man on a Ledge? Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. What was that?
Movie?
Wasn't it, man? There was I confused that movie with Jumper because I thought you think that they would be reversed the names because he's a jumper, but that man on a ledge and everything.
I was like, is he gonna jump? At one point, Mac, I was like, just jump. I don't even feel
do a flip. But I my favorite Futurama quote. It's like, I'm going to jump, do a flip.
This is that moment of Homecoming, Mac was like, hey, Spider-Man, do a flip.
It's like, hey, not bad. Not bad. But I think Way of Water, I think Fire and Ash, it'll make $1 billion. it's just a thing of like how long you can't go that long with this movie anymore. You gotta
you
release
can't.
them like immediately.
Yeah, I think and I know there's a lot of visual effects that go into it too. And I think thank God we only had to wait 3 years for this next one, Mac. But let me tell you something. Here's what I'm gonna tell you that why this movie's gonna make over $1 billion. Have you heard how many trailers are gonna be premiering in front of this thing? We're supposed to be getting a Doomsday trailer, a
Oh
Spider-Man
yeah,
trailer, a full trailer for the Odyssey. Matt, this might be one of those things where people just go to the movie just to see all these trailers and then just leave afterwards.
when did the Odyssey thing come out? What movie was that? Actually, was that Jurassic?
World, I think.
So did I tell you I almost walked out with that trailer? I was like, all right, I'm done. Bye. I did not want to watch the menu. I said, fuck that. But the movies I'm excited for the rest of the year. I guess Wicked Part 2, because I already know what's gonna happen in the end. You know, it's just common knowledge. Running Man, that comes out the week of my birthday. Like I'm excited for that as well too.
Yeah.
And I'll probably say Avatar as well, because Avatar just looks very interesting. But one of the underrated movies I'm interested in, like I don't see lots of people talking about, it's a Rami Malek movie, Nuremberg, with Russell Crowe.
You know, I Rami Malek that other movie Rami Malek did this year, what was it, the
Amateur.
I was so disappointed with that. I can't look for anything else about Rami Malek right now.
Well, this one I like the history, and this is a history movie, but I will say the Amateur board meeting.
Dude, it had so much potential. There's a couple others too, Mac. Wake Up Dead Man, the third Knives Out.
Yep.
Dude, Sisu 2. Did you ever see the first Sisu movie?
I did.
I didn't think the movie even made enough money to get a sequel. So when I got the trailer for it, or when I saw a trailer for it, I was like, whoa. Guess who the villain is also in this movie? Stephen freaking Lang.
What are the odds?
I know. So I mean, good for Stephen Lang. He's gonna be in a little action movie and then first of all, Mac, back to Stephen Lang for a second. Can we kill him in Avatar as well? Can we be done with that character? God damn.
No, don't you like them transferring his conscious into although I like the whole avatars of the bad guys because they gave us the greatest picture of the dude with the fucking pit viper shades.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He's just at the cookout grilling with it. But I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they kill him off. But they got his son now. He's part of them now, so he's probably got a huge role.
I'm surprised you didn't say Anaconda.
I'm not really care about that.
Yeah, that trailer was terrible.
All I know is just like, oh, it's Paul running. It's literally being sold on like it's Paul running Jack Black in the movie together.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm gonna go see it. It's because it's those two, and it's coming out Christmas weekend, so I'm gonna go see it. But there's also another movie coming out on Christmas, Mac, that I'm actually looking forward to, and that's Marty Supreme, the Timothée Chalamet movie, which apparently he is now the front runner to win Best Actor for his performance because of this. So I'm curious. I'm interested to see what that's like. But yeah, that's really it for me, Mac. Oh, and then of course Predator Badlands also. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting online to see.
First PG-13 Predator movie. That should be interesting.
Have they all been PG? I mean, have they all been rated R?
Yeah.
That's
what terrible abomination. That's 2018's Predator.
Oh, the one with the sex offender in the movie.
Oh Jesus. Oh, Lord have mercy, dude.
That set the Predator franchise back 5 years. But that's going to wrap it up for us. We want to thank you all for tuning in. You can subscribe to me on MacBook Reviews. Follow me on Instagram, Tactic, wherever you want. And I love you all, of course. And until next time, this has been Rod, Mac, Dom. We'll see you all next live stream. Peace.